Welcome back to another video. Today we're actually going to be testing out FSD version 13.2.6 in our Hardware 4 Model Y. Do the same drive as we did in our Hardware 3 Model Y with version 12.6.3. So we'll just check out the same drive, see how it does, see if there's any differences. Interestingly enough, the version 12 actually tried to park. Didn't do a very good job, but it did try to park, so we'll see on the same exact drive how it does. Alright, so with version 13 we can actually start from park. So I'll do that, tap the brake. So already that's a difference obviously between version 12 and 13. So you can start from park, but outside of that, all the same parameters, same destination and everything, so it should be pretty much the same aside from that. Hopefully we don't get any phantom braking or weird steering like we did in version 12. Once we get out on the street here, I will make sure that we're in standard profile. Okay, well, that's a disengagement. I didn't want to pull out in front of that car right there, so that was a disengagement, which is unfortunate, but I'm sure it could have gone if it punched it, but there's just no reason to be that aggressive. So version 12, no intervention at all. Version 13, I had disengagement right off the bat, so that's interesting. We are in standard profile, so that's good, and as you can see, that's one of the big differences between version 12 and 13 is 13 you have the profiles in lower speeds. See if I can figure out what that speed is. So the speed profile, it doesn't say there. Huh. Might have been on a previous update that it gave us the speed. But definitely lower speed limits, it does allow the speed profiles versus version 12, which is 50 miles per hour, which we checked out last time. So it must be more like 40 miles per hour. We're going to turn on to this road here, which is 40 miles per hour, so we'll see about that. And then we have another road that is 35 miles per hour. So we'll see if it continues to have the speed profile on all those roads. Did not have it in the neighborhood at 25. Alright, so speed limit's 40 miles per hour here. We still have the speed profiles. You can switch between chill, standard, hurry. Standard, I have the 15% offset, and it looks like it was getting close to the 15% offset because it's going almost 46. So it's a little bit quick, but honestly, for this road, most people treat it like 45, so they actually go closer to 50 a lot of times. Stop it. We have right of red. Gotta go quick because they now have a green. No problem though. They're ways back, so that's pretty good. Pay attention to road. Looking at the screen too much, I guess. Sometimes eye tracking seems a little bit testy, but that's okay. It's always better to be able to wear sunglasses, but it's a little too dark to wear sunglasses, so. Alright, so here we are on a 35. Still have the different profiles. And standard is going around 36, 35. Definitely slower than most people would go. Most people are going to go around 40. We seem to be staying right around the speed limit, which not a problem, but sometimes people will get a little bit anxious. Now it's going closer to 40, so that's a little more comfortable. Alright, so here is where version 12 did a little bit of a weird phantom braking situation. Don't expect we'll get that in version 13. Nope, nothing, just act like normal. And here is where this first turn here is where it acted weird on version 12. Let's see if it just goes ahead and turns like normal. Yeah, very smooth. No hesitation. Turns just as I would expect it to. Now, still not supposed to have support for actual parking, so it's probably going to stop right in front of Papa John's. And there's somebody behind me, so I'm going to go ahead and go. Alright, so just like version 12, we're going to do the same exact route back as we did. So I'm actually going to back out. Went ahead and parked in the same location to give it the same starting position, and then we'll see from here what it does. Now it actually acts like it's going to go through the Burger King parking lot, apparently. No, it's not going to do that. So it's actually going to turn left, just like version 12 did. Much more smooth here. Didn't act like there was a stop sign because there's not a stop sign, so that's a big improvement on version 13 versus version 12. So it's things like that that just feel a lot more smooth and like intentional. And I could have started from park, but I figured probably just start it the same way we did version 12, just to be a direct comparison of the same exact drive. nice gradual slowdowns and turns. Version 12.6 does feel very smooth, but version 13 does feel even better. So it's obviously something that can't really be picked up on the camera, but the feel of it definitely is better in version 13 versus version 12. Especially that we almost never have any kind of phantom braking in version 13. It's very rare that I have any kind of weird thing like that happen in version 13. But we already had disengagement, so that was not great. Handles the speed bumps quite well, just like version 12 was doing. So get this one about 11 miles per hour. So I don't know, a couple miles different, couple miles per hour difference maybe between version 12. Version 12 was actually a little bit slower with speed bumps, but that was comfortable, so I don't have any problem either way. I'm going to turn the brights off. I don't like using the brights unless it's absolutely necessary. Alright, so coming up here, we do actually have a couple people running. Technically we have the right of way and the other car has to wait, and that's what they did, so that was all fine. That's still the one thing that is pretty annoying about even version 13 is that the car has to come to a complete stop. Pretty much no one does that at stop signs, and it really does feel awkward, especially if you have someone behind you. They kind of think that you are not even paying attention and you just decided to stop for a long time at the stop sign. Technically, that is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to come to a complete stop, but the normal average person probably rolls each stop sign at like 2 miles per hour, so maybe even more. In fact, in the neighborhood, a lot of people roll the stop signs or even completely just blow through them. So when you do a full stop like that, people sometimes get a little irritated. Alright, so version 12 just came to a stop on the street. We'll see what version 13 decides to do. Again, alright, it's gonna go into somebody's driveway. I don't want to do that, so I'm not gonna not going to let it go ahead and park in somebody's driveway, but that's what I was going to do. Is just going to park in somebody's driveway, which is, I guess, fine. It's technically in the middle of the neighborhood. That would have been a little weird to just pull up in some random person's driveway, but that's what I was going to do. So we'll go ahead and get parked, and then I'll give you my thoughts. All right, so that was it for this one. Just a quick test of FSD version 13.2.6. Hard to keep track of all the numbers, but definitely a good drive, aside from, interestingly enough, the disengagement, which I would actually consider a critical disengagement. I did not feel comfortable with the car pulling out in front of the oncoming traffic there. Like I said, it could have made it if it had punched it, but honestly, there's just no reason for it to be rushed to get out of there. It was in standard profile, so there's actually no excuse for it to be that aggressive anyway. So that was a disengagement, which was obviously way worse than what we experienced with version 12. However, the rest of the drive was much smoother, so there was no awkward steering, there was no phantom braking, and it didn't try to park in some random weird spot incorrectly. So it did everything actually much more naturally. Everything was smoother, that sort of thing. So version 13 is really great for that. But we're still not there. Obviously, there is still work to be done to get this to be unsupervised, because I definitely would not have felt safe for it going out into traffic in that one position there. And if the other car wasn't paying attention, they could have rear-ended us, I guess. So that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.